Am I live? Am I live? Can people hear me? Can people hear me? Is anyone out there? Yes, I am. Am I live? Can people hear me? Woohoo! Can people hear me? Excellent. Out there? Yes, I am. Am I live? Can people hear me? Woohoo! Can people hear me? Okay, I'll mute myself on YouTube. And hey, there's 27 viewers. People turned up again. I am a complete noob at Google Hangouts on Air, which is apparently completely different to Google Hangouts. And I'm giving this a go. I should have actually rehearsed this, but I've been out, so I didn't have time. So I'm trying to figure it out now. And I've invited Fran Blanche, but I'm not sure if that's... not sure if she's getting the invite. Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Boom. Invite Fran Blanche. Aha, I think I invited the wrong Fran Blanche. She's got multiple accounts. I'll invite every Fran Blanche on the... I'm inviting every Fran Blanche possible. No, just ones that look like her. There we go. Hopefully. Just sending Fran an email. Sorry, all 198 viewers, but this is a complete schmozzle. Complete screw up. I still have no idea how to chat to anyone or see any comments. Like, working well in Virginia. I can see comments on my YouTube page, but that's not convenient. Man, Google on Hangouts on Air sucks. It really does. There's a chat feature, and it looks like you can only chat with people you invite or some crap. I don't know. I can't see anything. Group chat. Google Hangouts on Air sucks. Not happy. And the quality sucks too. I'm supposed to be broadcasting in 720p or something, and the quality looks like 240p. It's terrible. Yeah, everyone can see and hear me. Yeah, I don't know what happened before. My microphone died. I think it was maybe I'm using like an extension cable on my microphone. I think it came loose or something like that. Right. Don't know where Fran is. I'm probably doing something wrong. Hang on. She sent me an email. Got the second invite, but still wrong account. Look at the list of people watching. I'm logged in as list of people watching. There's 7 people watching, but Fran's not one of them, according to Google Plus. It's Google Plus garbage. Absolute garbage. I seriously have no idea how this works. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Bloody hell. Like Google Hangouts works, yeah, but Google Hangouts on air? Fran Blank, I can't profile. I don't know how to. I've got Fran's profile, Google Plus profile, but I don't know how to add her to this Hangout. Seriously, this is rooted. Wow. Share the permanent link bookmark and what? Send invite as EEV blog. Add names or addresses. You can't enter a URL. You can't enter their Google Plus number. Nope. No. Oh, this is terrible. Oh. Oh, this is so bad. This is so, like, this is beyond bad.
First thing, Steve, what is the single most important thing Juno's going to measure?
So, in my opinion, invite. I've invited Fran again. Fran is supposed. That's the whole idea of this Hangout, because you can't use regular Google Hangouts. Does not go live, and I could do a live stream. I could do a Google live stream, but then I can't invite people.
Single number, the global water abundance of Jupiter, will tell us a huge amount about how Jupiter formed and about how all the planets in our solar system.
I'm just like doing the monkey thing at the moment. Oh, hang on. View more people. No, I still can't see Fran on my list of Google. There's 14 people on Google Plus watching. Fran's not one of them.
That means all of the science instruments were turned off about 4 days ago. And right now in our pass by Jupiter for JOI, we're not going to get pretty much any science information at all. What I'm really looking forward to is 53 days from now, when Juno comes around again in its orbit and comes really close to Jupiter. That time, August 27th, we will have turned off the main engine. We won't be using the main engine at all. And we'll have all of our science instruments on. So that's when we'll get our first really good look at Jupiter from close up and learn how Jupiter is going to surprise us.
We're running some of the animation right now, and the viewers can see there's this.
Okay, I still don't even know how to get comments. Like, there's 20 comments on my YouTube page, but I don't want to have to refresh the YouTube page. So bad. This is terrible.
So remember, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get really close to the planet. So
like, you know,
get our science.
I can screen share and do crap like that. That's good.
And we want to have time.
But there's
to
no
send all the data back to Earth. So our science orbits are 14-day orbits.
There's no way I can get Fran to join.
Jupiter for just a few hours.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Spend 14 days sending the data back, recovering, figuring out what we're doing next, and then doing it again every 14 days. To get into that orbit, we have to fire the main engine, of course, get into
Chat
a
like
53-day orbit, come around, do that science pass I mentioned, another 53-day orbit, and then we'll fire the engine
wow.
again.
No, sorry people, this just isn't working. This is just totally failing.
Go straight to the 14-day orbit. Why do these?
Got an event page, a YouTube page.
There's a couple of reasons why we want to do
Come
it.
on.
Part of it is we
Invite.
want to fire the main engine
Send
that
an
long
invite.
instead of two half-an-hour burns, an hour-long burn of the main engine would actually
Yeah.
take it
The whole
down
idea of a
less
hangout is to have people join you as a hangout.
where we haven't tried it before.
And
But the
it,
other
like,
thing
it
is
doesn't
we
work.
really want to get a look at Jupiter before we go into that 14-day pace, where every 14 days we have a flyby and we're really trying to do everything and make it all work, and there's not a lot of time. With 53-day orbits, we get this big, long 53-day orbit from when we first look at Jupiter, August 27th, to when we next come around and put ourselves in the 14-day orbit. That means we have time to look at how all the instruments operated, look at what Jupiter did to surprise us, and make sure that
Actually,
we're set up
can
to do
I-
the science as we come around.
So you've given the grace of having a little prep time.
Exactly. We've set up a little time for ourselves to prepare just in case something about Jupiter is different from what we expected.
All right. We mentioned that the room there is full of scientists, and I'm told that some of the scientists in there are quite young.
That's right. So we
Let's
have
start
with
a
us some
chat.
people
No.
who have obviously the science team, right? People who've worked on the science for Juno, and we have some members
Nah,
of the
this is
Coastal
terrible.
Apple Valley Radio Telescope project. So we have students
How
all over the
do
United
I
States, in
invite
fact, all over the world who
to
learn about
join the
science
hangout?
by doing real science. They operate a radio telescope. that
In,
belongs
send
to
an
NASA.
invite. Surely
They
an
operate
invite.
remotely, and while they're learning science, they're
Is
doing
the-
real science. Part of
The
science
invite is the correct thing to do, surely.
observe Jupiter, and then Jupiter uses Jupiter, so they're effectively members.
Surely.
I have one of them with me here today. Renato, if you want to talk a little bit.
There's nothing else I can do in the control room of this Google Hangouts software. Showcase Q&A. Opening Q&A. This feature is disabled. All right, thanks for that. Cameraman, control room, add apps. No, I've already established the chat window does nothing. I'm just chatting to myself.
When you observe Jupiter, of course,
Wow,
tell us just
how bad is this?
how you do that,
Who,
what kind of observations you do with the telescope.
who's the architect of this monstrosity? It's terrible. No, my browser's just shut down for some reason. What's going on there? No. No, it's not working.
Thank you very much. So I guess it's back to you, Kay, from the science team room. I think we're all really excited and looking forward to JLR.
Thank you, Steve. All right, we are just a few
What?
minutes away, about 4 minutes or so away from the start of the main engine burn. Let's listen in on the team.
No, I'm going to have to. Sorry, Fran. No, I'm going to have to. Sorry, Fran. All right, what I'm going to do is attempt a screencast. Fran couldn't make it, unfortunately. Looks like this idiot me doesn't know how to do it. Idiot me doesn't know how to do it. Here we go. Check. So I'm sharing my screen, and it's just me watching. go dude, whoever you are. He looks serious. Looks like he knows what he's doing. I think we're minutes away from our orbital insertion burn. JOI. Everyone's silent. Shh. I mean, it's already happened, right? What does it take? 12 minutes to get here? If we have a look, the interesting thing is, look, they pointed all of their dishes, 9 of them, the ones that can see it, 5 in Goldstone and 3 in Canberra. Sorry, all 4 in Canberra. They pointed them all there. And round trip light time, 9.66 hours. So, yeah, it happened 9 hours ago. So, Juno is either right now flying off into deep space, or it's it has oh, there we go, there's our timeline, or it has hopefully performed the...
We are just about a minute away from the main engine burn. Can you explain what this is and how critical it is?
Yes, please explain it.
Sure. We're waiting for the start of the burn. There's going to be a tone or two that we'll hear just in advance by a minute or two. We'll get a tone or two right at the start of the burn.
Just
And
a tone.
This will indicate that the burn is starting, a 35-minute burn that'll put us into orbit in this kind of an attitude, burning in such a
Love
way
the
that
prop.
it slows our velocity.
Is it
We're
made in
moving
China?
In the down direction, and so we're going to slow ourselves so that we're not moving as fast, and that will put us into orbit. We're also noticing from our Doppler signal, which you might have seen, that we're doing exactly the things that we expected that we would do.
Love the big American flag in the background. USA, USA.
Very clearly
Anyway.
in the Doppler once the burn starts, so we're waiting for that as well.
Shh, be quiet. He's got to whisper.
Everything's looking good.
Standing by.
Standing by. Here we go. I don't know how to insert my camera, by the way. What's that graph they got there? Yeah, I don't know how to insert my head on here, which is... Come on, people. Come on, Juno, you can do it.
Systems, this is Nav.
This is going to suck for a live. I highly recommend.
Expected sharp shift upward in the Doppler residuals, indicating the main engine has started.
Yes, main engine has started.
Still awaiting confirmation on that in the house.
Beauty.
All right, the main engine burn has started, and that will continue for another 35 minutes. And that's the time
Oh,
we
that's
need to
it.
put the spacecraft into a 53-day orbit. That is the orbit that they are looking for.
The main engine
And while we
burn.
wait, let's check in
Yay.
again with Tracy Drain.
Beauty.
over at
Good on you,
Lockheed
Juno. Good on you, all the engineers that
Okay, yes, we're all very excited to hear that the burn
built the
started on
thing.
time. That's the
Fantastic.
whole reason why we're here tonight. So the team is really, really happy about that.
She looks
But,
happy.
for now, we're going to take a minute, have a little bit of a breather, and have a conversation with Will Santiago, who is our thermal lead on the
Ah, thermal
So, Will, why
engineer.
don't you explain to
Ripper.
our audience what it is that a thermal engineer does on a mission like Juno.
As the Juno thermal engineer, we're primarily responsible for making sure all the temperatures are within the limits. So we have the electronics in the vault, for example, that want to be operating at room temperature.
I can't. It's...
At the same time, we have these instruments like Juno that detects heat. It's looking at the auroras in the infrared spectrum. So it needs to be really cold to make the instrument the most sensitive possible. So we have all these computer models that
Nice
allow us
arrow.
to predict the temperatures and also the
Sweet.
power, the heated power that we use.
Electronics vault.
Okay, and so when we talk about JOI, right? There's a lot of challenges associated with JOI. There are also thermal challenges associated with getting into orbit. Can you describe some of those for us?
So during JOI, which is happening right now, of course, we are at the JOI attitude. That means that the solar panels are pointed away from the sun. And that means that the temperatures of the solar panels drop very quickly, and we're seeing temperatures on the order of minus 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, colder than anything else here on Earth.
Absolutely. They were designed for that. So the engineers early on in development took that into account into the design. At the same time, JOI itself, we have the main engine burning right now, and that means we're seeing temperatures on the order of 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, if not more. So JOI itself has all these extreme temperatures environment. It's one of the most unique phases of the mission for us with respect to all the thermal gradients that we see on the spacecraft.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And speaking of unique and environments, with our spacecraft going into orbit at Jupiter,
All right.
we have a unique electronics vault where we put the electronics to protect them from the environment. There are some thermal challenges associated with that too, right?
Absolutely. The vault itself is relatively small, and we have all these instruments packaged in this really, really tiny space. So we have all these electronics that are generating heat, just like your computer would at home. But there's no fans, there's no air in space, so we had to figure out a way, how do we get rid of the energy? So the vault along the walls have these louvers that are just like
Nice
window
graphics.
blinds. They open and close based on the temperature. So when the temperature of the vault gets a little bit too warm, the louvers open and expose this radiator panel. It's not a hole, it's just a coating on the vault that allows us to reject the heat out to space. And once the temperature drops back down, there is the louvers kind of close automatically, and that's how we save heater power, because we use quite a bit of heater power on thermal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So one of the things that Kristen mentioned earlier is that we don't have reaction wheels. That saves us on power. Thermal is one of the most power-hungry subsystems on board the spacecraft. You guys use.
They don't have reaction wheels?
Over half of the power, so it was very important for.
They use an all-chemical
to account all these
thrusters, I
considerations,
guess.
Like we were tightly insulated, so you see a lot of thermal blankets around it, and we had to apply optical coatings to make sure that we don't reject too much heat into space.
That's right. Now, speaking of all the things we're doing in order to make sure things don't get too hot or don't get too cold on the spacecraft, we have to know for sure all that stuff's going to work before we launch the vehicle and it's on its way through cruising to JOI.
All right, guys. Sorry, yeah, people are dropping off. I do not know
So the spacecraft was built here at our Lockheed Martin facilities in
how to use this Google Hangouts on air. Sorry, Fran, if you're still watching. You should have been watching the live. Hope you were watching the live feed of it. And yeah, it's a complete fail. This is ridiculous. Google Hangouts on air is the only way that I can invite people onto a live thing that's broadcast on YouTube, which is great. But like, I could not invite Fran, couldn't figure out how to do it. And B, I don't know how to like view chat with my audience who are watching. I got no idea how to do it. Seriously, like it's that dumb. It's got a chat facility, but I'm like chatting to myself. It's like group chat. I can't, I guess you can only chat to people you've invited on the Hangout, but you're already talking to them face to face. I don't get it. It's totally retarded how this thing works. Unbelievable. Who coded this rubbish? It's just like hodgepodge. It's a dog's breakfast. Don't know how to use it. Anyway, this sucks ass. I'm going to have to call it quits. Anyway, yay! Orbital insertion burn, JOI, worked. So it's another half an hour until, no, then the end burn. Yeah, there's a couple of things that they do. Yeah, there's the end burn, and then they respin, or they slow down the spinning, I think. Yeah, they spun it up before the burn and to get stability on the probe, and then once they stop the burn, they slow down the rotation of the probe, and then they reorient the main gain antenna back, and hopefully it can survive the radiation, because the radiation around Jupiter, this is the closest any probe's gotten, I think, and it's just insane. Apparently, what is it, 20 million rads or something insane like that. Insane amount of radiation. So they don't really know.
Juno project manager
Hang on.
Is with us, and
Oh,
this is
okay, project manager.
for the
Hang on. Anyway, I think I'll just go watch it. I'm done doing this crap. Maybe I'll just do a live, regular Google Live. Sorry, YouTube Live, which works much better, and I can see everyone's chat and everything else. That works much better, but I can't invite people to hang out with me, which is really annoying. I just did a Google Hangout the other day with my supporters, and that Google Hangouts works just fine. But this Google Hangouts on air is a complete and utter failure, unless I'm the failure and it's a pebcac and I'm just an idiot who doesn't know how to use it. But I invited every Fran Blanche in the book. I couldn't get her to join. She could see the invite, but she pointed me to a Google Plus page. That didn't work because it only lets you enter email addresses or a name. It doesn't let you like post in the person's URL or their unique ID number for Google Plus. Google Plus is just shit. It really is. Man, like, oh, and why they have to integrate this Hangouts on Air with Google Plus is just, oh my God. Ridiculous. Anyway. Oh, Mars Science Lab. Yep. New Horizons. That was a winner chicken dinner. That was, wow, the stuff we got back was incredible. Look at the size of Juno. Wow. Yeah. If you're what, you got to be watching this at home. I'm not screencasting it. Couldn't even figure out how to get my image superimposed on the screencast. That's just like bread and butter stuff. Like you would think that'd just work. It'd be trivial. I couldn't, like, there's a little up arrow. I couldn't do it. Is it like, it's just presenting to everyone. You are presenting to everyone. What does that mean? Like with the screencast, I'm going to have to watch this back to see how it worked, to see if the things I were doing actually went live. But yeah, you are presenting to everyone. Yes, there's broadcasting and there's presenting. What's the freaking difference? Like, unbelievable. So I'm not even sure if the audio from the stream cast came through or not. Don't even know how to set that up. Geez, Juno is big. Juno's enormous. It has to be because it's solar powered. They don't have a nuclear thermoelectric generator on there. I guess to save the money on the paperwork. In fact, I'm about to release a video right now talking about that. And it's about 60 million bucks or something cost just to do the paperwork to get one of those thermoelectric generators on a space probe. So they decided we'll use solar. Well, don't know if that's the reason why, but anyway, it does cost a lot of money to get the approvals. And yeah, they decided to use solar. So it's the, I'm tired. Didn't get any sleep. Yes, I did. Don't know why I'm tired. I'm perpetually tired. And yes, it's the furthest probe from Earth that's solar powered. So that's why it has to be so big. The panels have to be so massive. So that's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to go watch it now. So thanks for joining me, even though it was a complete and utter failure. Anyway, catch you next time.
Bring us up to speed. What's happening with the spacecraft right now?